Hello and welcome along to another episode of this Cricket 19 career with me, Daniel. It's episode 19 and today we're playing our first match of season 3, still for our club side Leeds. We retain the captaincy and we're leading from the front today as we've been put into bat for our first innings after winning the first toss of the season. There's adverse weather here at the home ground, there's been plenty of rain delays already and we're midway through day 1 in the first innings and things aren't going too well for our side. On a personal note, they're not so bad. We will go and have a look at the scorecard in a second, but firstly a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. I really do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel then please do subscribe for regular Cricket 19 content as well as daily Football Manager videos, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content as we try and push for county selection. We're on the verge, we're being considered for both the One Day Cup and the 4-Day County Championship, but let's go and have a look at the scorecard in this one to see if we're helping ourselves so far. So as we said we were put into bat, we've had a bit of a rain delay and as a result of a terrible weather forecast we're having to play this like a T20, and you'll be able to see in a minute how well we're doing and how badly our teammates are faring. So into the scorecard, we're 116 for 5 after a couple of hours. We've been off for rain for about an hour already. Crompton was out for a duck, Malone's joined us at the crease to number 7, but we're running out of partners quick. And of those 116 runs for the club, we've scored a whopping 92 of them. No one else has reached double figures and we're certainly leading our side to a competitive total. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough anyway, but we've got to get ourselves into that county side. We're scoring at about 150 in terms of strike rate, and that's necessary at the moment. One, because our partners fall in like skittles, and secondly because we keep going off due to rain and we've got to make sure that this game does get finished and we've got a chance to hold out for victory. We may well regret batting quickly in the second innings as we may be hanging on for a draw, but at the moment we're trying to get a decent total and we'll hope that the other team will struggle as much with the bat. So you can see that's the reason we're back now. One, because the game's at an interesting point, even though we're only midway through the first innings, and secondly because we're on the verge of another century. We got our first one towards the end of season 2, and it could be coming along pretty quickly for a second. We'll be back in a moment to face the first ball on camera, which will be our 60th delivery at the crease. Okay, we're back for our first ball on camera. Just 2 left in the 24th over, and we start with runs, which is a really good sign for us as we edge ever closer to that century. Just flicked it between the 2 fielders on the leg side, and he's somehow run away to the boundary. You thought that extra rain would make it a little bit slower going there, but it seems pretty slick off the surface, so he can't be too waterlogged yet. 10 off the over so far. McLaughlin's going pretty hard. He has got a wicket already though, so we've still got to be careful of him. This one's gone away to the same area, and we might reach 100 in 2 balls here. Is it going to be cut off? It is, so it's going to be 3 runs, and unfortunately we're going to be stuck on 99. We retain the strike for the next over, and we should be able to start it with a century. 99 off 62 balls. What a fantastic knock so far. Just 1 away from our century. It's been a fantastic quick knock. They've opened up the leg side and put the men on the boundary, so it should be easy for us to get a single, and we've done it off the first ball of the over. Malone on strike to try and get off the mark, but we've got 100 at the other end of just 63 balls. A fantastic innings, probably our first century or even good knock. There's not like an Alistair Cook innings. We've not really played control shots, we've gone all out attack from the very start. We were playing through the offside as well, and now we've lost another wicket at the other end. August Jang's in alongside us as Malone can't see out and over either. We've pulled one to the leg side from the short ball there. That's going to be 4 more. And why are our teammates struggling so much? It seems a pretty good pitch to play on. I have no idea why they can't reach double figures, and I'm a little bit concerned I'm going to have to hog the strike now. It might slow our scoring rate down slightly, but I think we should still be able to do well. This time we go through the covers. We're just playing everything off the middle of the bat. We've been playing fluently and it's looked pretty perfect. Nearly everything off the middle, and our colleagues are getting out in single figures. I can't quite explain the contrast. 108 off 65 balls. Vessels comes in again. This time he bowls on leg stump, so we are just going to run a single. August Jang is the last recognised batsman in the lineup, and then we're down to the tail enders. It's Vessels charging in, again the left armour going over the wicket. This one's a pretty straight delivery, we're just going to get a single off that. August Jang will face the last ball of the over, and then we should be back on strike. Into the 28th over, and August Jang's actually been able to keep himself in. The left armour's coming around the wicket now, a very strange choice, and he's left the leg side field open, so it's another easy 4 for us. We're scoring really quickly here. Can we get our first 150 of the series, or are we going to run out of partners? August Jang looks like he's here to stay. 2 off 12 as he's been a bit more defensive, and again I think we're going to get 4 here, unless the fielder can cut it off. I think it's going to make it 2 4s to start the over. Third ball then, and space down the ground as well. Vessels looks absolutely knackered. It's a short ball outside leg stump, and we've mistimed it slightly. It's straight to the fielder in the inner circle. A rare dot ball for us so far in this innings. We're just going to have to try and connect a bit better. At least we didn't get out to the short ball. That's something we usually fall foul of. I say that as we nearly get out with that one. It is just a single with 1 bounce to the fielder, and we move on to 145 as a team. It looks like we're going along okay. We're back to face spin now though. Olsen's been economical off his 6 overs. Outside off stump we're not going to take the risk to spin, and we may skip through a few of the defensive deliveries as I only want to focus on run scoring opportunities. In he comes for the second ball of the over. It's outside off stump, and we tried to defend it and it's gone for 4. That's how well we're hitting things today. Even when we try a defensive shot, we didn't press that defensive button just quite quickly enough, and it rushed through the covers for a boundary. Everything's going our way today. Let's see if he overcompensates and gives us one on leg stump. He doesn't, it's outside off again, so we just see it through to the keeper. 1 away from bringing up 150 for the side, and Olsen's still been pretty economical. 123 for us. We're closing in on our best ever score. This one's to the leg side. It's gonna go for 4. A really poor delivery on leg stump, and it's yet another boundary. We move on to 127. Only 26 of Leeds' runs aren't by us. Here comes Olsen again then. Penultimate ball of the over. It's outside off stump, so we leave it through to the keeper. Final ball of the over for Olsen. Just 2 boundaries off it so far. I say just 2 like that's really easy. It's a pretty decent score to be fair. And again we've managed to find a gap on the leg side. So although we haven't connected well, we're going to get an easy 2 to finish off the over. I was hoping to squeeze through for 3 just so we retain the strike. But August Jang's going to face a delivery now. Hopefully he doesn't get himself out. August Jang did lose his wicket for 2 runs, saw out 3 more deliveries and then got out, and now Giovanni Morgan the spinner's at the crease. We made a decent partnership with him in 50 over cricket last year, but that was with the ball rather than the bat, and I don't hold much hope for these 3 at the bottom, so at the moment we're going to have to deal in boundaries and then try and find singles off the final ball of each over. So it's all about us hanging in there now. We've got 129 runs and the rest of our teammates have managed 26. It's absolutely pathetic really. 2 ducks and everyone else in single figures. I'm not quite sure where the difficulty is on this pitch. It seems to be a pretty good one to me, as the other far more skilled batsmen have really struggled to score off it. We're facing spin again and it's the economical Olsen, but we did get 10 runs off his last over, so let's see if we can add a few more now. We try and go down the ground, probably a mistake. I think we've just got to try and keep our wicket now. If we can help get the side to 200, that'll certainly be some achievement. Here he comes again over the wicket. The left arm spinner, we can't get it to the leg side, so in the end it goes through to the keeper. 2 dot balls to start the over. In he comes for his 3rd delivery. Can we get something a bit straighter? We can, and we've got it past the fielders. They've all come in tight and it's going to trickle away to the boundary. Not the most powerful shot in the world, but it didn't need to be as we had 4 runs. Halfway through the over, no change in field then since that boundary, but there was a slight change in run up, and it restricts us as we don't get as much power on the shot, but it's going to be another easy 2. We could have got a 3rd off this one, but I want to try and see off another ball, and then try and get a single off the last. We've got to keep the strike here or Morgan will get out, and we'll run out of partners when we're playing fantastically. In other news though, we've just got to 135 and that's our best ever career score I think. It was 134 last time, but we've lost our wicket with a silly shot now. A brilliant innings and we've saved our side from embarrassment. Everyone else in single figures, and again it's the edge off the spinner which goes through to the wicket keeper. A fantastic quick knock which is exactly what we needed, but it's not going to get our side to a respectable total as our teammates have really let us down. No one reached double figures in the team, and then we're there on 135, and now it looks like our opponents are building a good score. Redcar finding the pitch as easy as we were. Let's go and have a look at the scorecard quickly before we end the episode. We're not going to bowl this over here as it looks like there's plenty of decent bowlers to choose from. Morgan's got 3 to spinner, so maybe it is a spinning pitch, so we might give one over a go before we finish, as I know we haven't seen a bit of bowling for a while. King got a caught and bowled. Beck's not out on 95 as they're losing wickets quickly at the other end, but he's starting to drag them to a good total. They're now just 12 off our first innings score. I mean, look at that scorecard, it's absolutely insane. 135 for us, and the next top scorer got 7 runs. It's absolutely ridiculous. Let me know in the comments if you've seen anything like that in your save. Redcar seemed to be doing okay, and although Morgan's getting wickets as the spinner, he is giving away a few runs. But as promised, we're going to bowl one over on camera before we go and round off the episode. So let's go and set the field to Beck and try and get him out before he reaches 100. We're going to use our favoured test field. A few of you have asked how we get wickets at this level, or at least try and restrict the run rate. This is the field we go for. I'll put it on the other screen so you can see it in more detail. There it is, men covering all the clear areas in the inner circle, making sure there's no areas for easy singles, so they have to take risks if they want to get boundaries, normally by going the aerial route or hitting the perfect shot to the boundary. Then one man in the deep where they often try to attack. You see that pull shot off the spinner a lot, particularly at the good length we bowl. We don't really toss it up like a Rashid Khan, I guess. An example I always use, he bowls quickly and full, whereas we bowl a little bit deeper and a little bit slower as well. With the flighted deliveries they do try and hook away, and it just means we only concede one then. But let's go and get into this over and hope we can produce a wicket, or at least frustrate them with the run rate. We start with an off-break delivery just outside off stump we're aiming for. We're not quite sure what the pitch is going to do yet. That ended up being a little bit too straight, almost onto the pads in fact, and he's flicked away to the man in the inner circle. We get away with a poor first ball there. So we're going to flight the second one in, try and get it a little bit wider. Can we tempt them into an attacking stroke and maybe even bring in an edge? We can't as they hook it away, and it's gone to that one man we mentioned on the boundary who cuts it off for a single. Back onto 96, and now we've got the new batsman on strike. So he's a left-hander, we're going to go for a similar delivery, an off-breaker outside off stump. Hopefully he'll try and attack it. It tries to bring the edge into play, but it's easily defended, and it's just going to be a dot ball. Half the over gone, and we're going to throw in the wrong un, and we're going to play a shorter length delivery here, see if we can tempt him out of his crease. We can't, he just defends it comfortably. He's doing what most of our partners should have. Rotate the strike and hold on to your wicket, let your partner at the other end score. So if we don't get him out, we'll be very jealous, as we'll wish we had a partner like that. He maintains his wicket again, another good defensive shot, and he's straight to the fielder at mid-off. Final ball of the over, we're going to flight it in again, just to see if we can nick a wicket somehow. I think he'll probably defend it though. He doesn't, he actually tries to hook, but he's straight to the fielder. Just one run off the over, a pretty good return and economical. I don't know what's going on at the other end though. They've managed to concede 8 runs off the over. I'm not sure what's happened in this game really. The scorecard's really bizarre. The opponents aren't struggling with the bat at all. Beck finding it as easy as me, and a few others contributing runs. And the bowlers have been really poor in terms of economy, all going at almost 5 and over. So we'll change it up and bring some new bowlers in. Hopefully they'll be able to make a difference. But we will leave this one here. If you did enjoy that episode and seeing us reach our 2nd career century, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you thought of our performance, and if you've ever seen a scorecard as bizarre as that, for not one other player to reach double figures, while we ease ourselves into the 130s, while our opponents are scoring runs galore as well. It just seems a little bit strange to me, but you may have seen something similar before. I'm hoping that innings might be enough for county selection. If we can make that our next episode, it'd be great, but but of course this match could yet have a thrilling climax, or we could be fighting to save the match. We could be having to stay in for 200 or 300 balls and trying to play an Alistair Cook special, so you may see some of that in the next episode, but if not, hopefully it will be county selection. Subscribe to the channel for 3 episodes a week from this Cricket 19 career, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at midday. A massive thank you to everyone that supported the series so far, as well as the Ashes Test playthrough beforehand. Hopefully the second Ashes Test in real life will be underway as this episode comes out. The whole first day's just been abandoned as I'm recording this, so fingers crossed we'll have some play tomorrow and you can have a little chat with me about that. Hopefully England will do better than the last test, where it all slipped away after a promising start. There's also daily FM19 content every day at 4:30. Firstly, from our new short-term challenge, Saving a Giant, we've taken over one of the big clubs in European football and we're trying to save them from a tricky situation. Then our long-term story with Torquay United, where we're trying to take them from the lowest playable league to the top of English and European football. Season 15 of that one has certainly been the most dramatic so far, so if you're not up to date with the story, then please do go and check that one out. There's also weekly career mode content from our Snooker 19 story, that's every Friday at 4:30. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support with the series. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for another important episode as we try to save this match and then hope it's enough for county selection.